Yeah, my name's Siobhan and I'm a catering manager for Baxter Story. I look after basically the contract catering for Deutsche Bank in London. So we provide a restaurant service for them and I feed about 6,000 people a day. Not personally, of course. I worked for Baxter Story for about 7 years and I used to work for Pearson for Baxter Story, running the operation at Pearson Penguin Books and the Financial Times. I then had a baby and came back, and Baxter Story were very happy to let me work part-time. So I did openings for them, opening new units, had another baby, came back and did the same, and then I agreed to go 4 days a week, and I now look after Deutsche Bank for them. I come from a little town called Cockermouth in the Lake District. I think when I was younger I thought it was a hindrance. I thought that my opportunities would have been limited by the choice of where my parents chose to live. Now I think it's quite a good thing because I think it made me stronger, it made me want to achieve more. I see my friends who still live there and I kind of think, oh, look at me, I now live in London, I've made that big leap. I run a very big business for a big bank. And I've not lost my head, I'm still that northern lass who was back then. But I can also see that it made me want to achieve more as well. I had two very strong grandmothers who were great cooks, so loved doing cooking. And just enjoyed doing it and enjoyed the food science part of it as well and the whole background to it. And I was pretty rubbish at everything else, if I'm absolutely honest. Which broke my parents' heart again because they're both teachers and all my brothers are very clever. But no, off I went to Sheffield Uni and did home economics and loved every minute of it. So yeah, my brothers all did maths and economics and posh things. They went to Oxford and Cambridge, but I didn't. But I had to do what I enjoyed. And what I enjoyed was food. I'm the only girl, I'm the eldest, and I just stood my ground. I was very lucky that my mum, all of them, was extremely supportive. My dad had quite an antiquated view that, you know, there's somebody himself who didn't go to uni and had to go back later on in life to learn to be a teacher. He thought that we all had to go to uni and do a proper degree, and that was always his opinion, but I've got to say he altered it. I left uni and went to work for McDonald's. Bit of a strange one, but had student loans to pay and they did a really good management development system, and then decided I'd take the big leap and move from up north to down south. Broke my parents' heart and came to London and got a job working for a coffee company helping opening new sites, and you'll probably have heard of Starbucks. So I worked for them and then moved into contract catering. I'd never heard of it and literally went to an agency and they told me about a job in contract catering and explained what it was about, and the Monday and Friday sounded quite nice, so no weekends and no evenings. So, and since then I've loved every minute of it because you get to do what you love, which is food and people, but on quite nice hours. I have a team of 70 who report direct to me as caterers, and I have to motivate them and make sure they come to work for me. You know, they're not just coming to work for the pounds, they're coming to work because they want to come to work for you, and that's absolutely key. And so you've got to use every trick in your book, if you like, to motivate people, and that means being a people person. Did I ever see myself doing that? Sort of 10 years ago, yes. Once I knew about the industry, I could understand where I wanted to be, but at 17, 18, no. I didn't know I could be here, and it's a shame because if I knew, I'd have made a path for it quicker than I did do. Because in effect, we manage a business. The actual product is something totally separate. We manage businesses, and that's what we're about. I think contract catering is very good for leading quite a flexible approach to keeping a work-life balance. And I'm added to that. I work 4 days a week and have a Friday off with my children.